Hi, I'm Loki Legion, and this is Genesis 11, 1 through 9. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. 2. It came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. 3. They had said to one another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. 4. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. 6. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. 7. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all earth, and left off to build the city. 9. Therefore the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. From thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So what does it say here? It says that all the people spoke one language, they were building a tower to heaven, and God shut that down and said, no, that's not going to happen. I am literally not going to have that happen. They are not getting into my fortress, my kingdom. Now, this is why I always talk about, paganism and everything like that, because that story is very similar to... That's pretty much the same story as Odin building a wall and having the stranger do it, and he was promised the hand of Freya, and Loki said, yeah, don't worry about it. There's no way that he can, get this built. Look at him. Well, the horse was helping him and all this, so Loki was used to detour the horse from helping the man build the stone wall of Asgard, and foiled the plan. And therefore, do you see the similarity there? People are building a Tower of Babel up, just like they were building a wall up in Asgard. And then they were stopped and distracted. The horse was distracted by Loki. Do you see the relativity here? This is why I always make this connection, because the languages are scattered, but everything speaks the same thing. So it doesn't matter these people or those people or this thing. Everything I'm saying is just to try to get you to think. If you're taking me so seriously and so literally, shame on you, because that is not my intent. I'm playing with this game. If you're taking it seriously, you're offended. If you're offended, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But if you already know what I'm saying, then, outdo me on your page. On your page, go outdo me on that. But you don't have to, throw me under the bus on my own shit. Please don't do that, okay? I don't do that. I talk a lot of shit, but it's in my own way. A lot of it has to do based upon just me seeing different things of, okay, well, where could we be stronger? Okay, well, by saying something and possibly inspiring something for these people, possibly maybe I'll get an idea in their head, and just maybe it'll all start coming together, and we'll start all seeing things as more connected than separate. And if we see things more as connected, then we'll stop being all, well, well, about this and that, when it's all literally saying the same damn thing. Just stop fighting with me, please. That's not my intent. I offend you that much? It couldn't be that bad as some of the stuff you're offended by and some of the stuff we see. You watch somebody else's video explain something, but you can't even watch 2 minutes of mine. Do I offend you that bad? Have I really learned nothing through the ages? I don't believe that. What's the issue here? The issue is literally that it's like, well, why do I care so much? It's kind of like, when you care for your family and you're waiting for all of them to get on before you all take off to the next town. Well, I'm kind of like, I love everyone, all of you, even though I hate you sometimes and you hate me. There's still love on the same line. It's like love, hate. Here's the center. Oh, they just go like that sometimes. That's it. Okay, it's on the same line. Okay, just like sex and violence, they're on the same line. They waver. It's the same thing. That's why we're entertained by watching people have sex, and then we're also entertained by watching people beat each other up. Well, I don't watch either of those. I'm not into porn, or I'm not into UFC, and you can say whatever you want because there's somebody out there that's always going to want to say everything. That when somebody's saying something, then they got to be the one to say and debate it and call it out and all that, and just, like I said, save that for somebody else's channel. Go start your own channel and, outdo this and everything I say. But for the main reason of what I'm trying to stick with here is, where was I going with that? Bree, where was I going with that?
I don't know, I was in my own world.
Shit. Anyway, the whole point of the video is that the languages were divided to confuse people. Okay? You can look at it through the Norse way, that Loki was sent off to distract the horse from helping this guy build the tower and taking away his Freya. There are many different connections throughout. Oh, this story sounds like this.
He needs a snack.
Yeah, he does.
Huh?
Yeah, he does.
Give him
Well, if he wouldn't throw his bottle out of his little pen.
like Cheetos. There's broccoli Cheetos.
Doesn't he? Where they at? How about one of these little things? Doesn't he like to chew on these?
I don't know, I gave him one. You can try giving him that, but I gave him one.
I know, he kind of doesn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You want to know what to do with this? You want to know what to do with this? Oh my gosh, that's one of those goods, isn't it? Okay, just don't throw it on the floor, please, Thor. Okay, so I think what it comes down to is this. Quit crying like a baby. Yeah, I know I call a lot of shit out, and okay, we don't like it when it's thrown back on our face, and well, why are you pointing it out? Well, let me tell you something about Christianity. People say I call out Christianity all the time, and yeah, maybe I do. But you have no idea the ridicule and literal anger that has come from Christians towards me about what I believe and how I talk and how I express myself. And I've gotten so much, I've lost friends over this. My family doesn't even agree with me. Okay? Like, I have gotten so much ridicule for this that with everything I've been pushed out for the way I think differently, just because I think differently. Oh, well, we all think differently, and we're all differently, and you're all entitled to your own beliefs. But I know that I've been in a situation where a lot of Christians don't do that to me. They're like, no, fucker, pretty much to me. And I'm just like, hey, I always try to keep the peace, but it always comes at me pretty hard. So, you know something? If you can't take what I say about Christianity, well, then, you know something? That is just but a small taste of the shit that I've dealt with my entire life, being me, for being me. So quit telling me to find myself and relax and be myself, because I already am. Well, you seem a little, you don't know me. You don't know anything about me, apparently. If you think you can call out and know how I'm feeling in that, oh, are you okay, Loki? Because if you're calling that out, you know nothing about me. So don't say you do, if you think you claim to. But if you don't, you don't care, and you haven't even made it this far in the video anyway, then whatever. I'm not even talking to you. But if you already know what I'm talking about, then I'm not talking to you. I'm not competing with you. I'm not trying to get you to whip your shit out and show me either. Okay? I believe it. I believe it when you say it's big, okay? Don't worry about it here. We're not trying to fight, or are we? I can also do that too. I'm very good at that as well, but that's not what it's all about. It's not all about that. Well, then let's not push fucking buttons here. Okay? Let's not get things going in directions that are retarded. Okay? Because I'm trying to keep things in a, hey, don't always look right there. Let's look and explore, where in the fuck are we here? What are we doing here exactly? Well, you can go off this and go off this, but essentially you're all going off the winners and filtered history. So, put some of it together. When you put some of it together from other cultures and everything like that, well, maybe you have. Well, then I'm not talking to you. And I never was. I'm only talking to those that seek my information as a form of guidance, that maybe I know something that might shine a light on something that they're stumbling on. So if that doesn't apply to you, don't worry and save your comments, please. Okay? So fucking unhöflich and rude, which is the same thing, but unhöflich is rude. But I'm always supposed to be the better person. Well, apparently I am. Because I'm always supposed to, watch what I say, and I'm always supposed to think about other people. Well, I do. And then when I want to express myself, how I actually feel, instead of just this programmed and converted way of thinking, you're supposed to appeal to everybody. Some of these fucking people don't appeal to the way people think, and people still are fans of them. Well, I'm going to appeal the way I'm going to appeal, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then fucking bitch about it. But fuck out of here with all that, okay? That's not the kind of world I'm looking for here. The kind of world I'm looking for is, we're not like, we're all under your spell, Loki. You're missing the point, okay? It's like, well, you can call me a hypocrite. Well, you can call me this. You can call me that. You can call me all these different things, but literally look in the fucking mirror, because that which you call out in somebody else is that which you are reflecting on the inside. So if you have problems with the way I talk, maybe it's the way you think too, and maybe it's the way I say it is not how you agree with it, or the way I said it could have been differently, or I could have posted it like that. Well, then say it fucking better and get somewhere with it, and get into these people's heads to make them think differently. That's all I'm trying to do, is make you think maybe just a little bit differently if you're stuck in a loop. Maybe if you're stuck in a loop, maybe what I said is something that you need to hear. Otherwise, you're just skipping through it and going, oh my God, this guy thinks like he is just like this and that. What does he have to show for it? He doesn't have anything. And, all those kids, and, all this, and, he's been to prison. And you can talk all the fucking shit you want about me, but I'll go ahead and do it for you. Okay? There's nothing I'm really honestly trying to hide. You're this and you're that. Really, do you know the full fucking story? No, you don't, because you weren't there. Okay, do we really know that about anybody? No, we don't. We can feel things about people, and usually we're right, but we don't even know how to interpret those intuitive feelings and messages half the time anyway, and we end up going left when we should have went fucking straight or somewhere else, but we listen to it, but we don't. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We're like, oh my God, that was God. Okay. Yeah, so about that. But anyway, you can believe what you want, but the thing is, I'm trying to say here, wake up a little bit because the way they're making us believe has strings attached to it. And those strings, yeah, there may be things that have been said in a good way, but did they ever talk about the incest and rape and murder in church? Because it's in the Bible. Just wondering if they skip over that, or do they actually bring a point to that, or try to justify why one person was right by doing that. And here's another thing. Let's talk about Jesus and Hitler, okay? For all the Jews that stood and done nothing and watched one man try to stand up for them and do something right and speak against the Old Testament, because he was calling the Old Testament that they were worshiping a false god and that he was actually a son of the real God, and that the Old Testament was trying to trick people because it really wasn't of God. It was of a trick that was being played on them by an evil God that was trying to harness them and keep them recycling back into this density we know as life on earth. So anyway, Jesus was trying to tell them, that's the hidden gospel of John, and there's one from book of Thomas where Jesus literally just, the 13th apostle. You didn't know about that one, but that's okay. So much to all this, and how do you discredit it? How do you discount it just because I didn't go to school for it and haven't, I'm not some professor from the Harvard University. You're not going to take me seriously, but I think you should, or at least do your own research on your own behalf if even anything I do tickles your fancy or sparkles your interest. So therefore, do your own running, do your own trudging. I encourage you to do your own research, and when you do, question it. Even after you get done reading it, question everything. Even question what I'm saying. But don't be a fucking dick, okay? Sorry, Thor. But, okay? Get my point? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm literally trying to get you to be the best so that we can all rise together because we need to, because it's about time that this world changes in a direction that is not stamped, 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 stamped. Hey, oh no, I'm having fun. Yeah, I'm having fun. Assembly line life, loop cycle that we're stuck in, that, it's like something that they're trying to push to keep us going backwards and backwards, to come up, just to go backwards, just to go up a little bit, just to go backwards, just to get us up right before they're about ready to fucking cause another Vietnam or another 9/11 or another COVID or another whatever they want to do, because you're their little, hey, Pinocchio, tell all those lies they want. Their noses are huge. Well, even though mine's big too, but I'm not lying to you. I love you. So don't take me so damn seriously, and quit taking yourself so seriously, and quit being like, well, this knowledge says, and, compared to what you said, and, all the knowledge I've done on that, just keep going. Well, I have. Then you should be smart enough to know what the fuck I'm saying. I just like to make fun of it. I'm Loki, remember? Do your job, I'll do mine. Mine's to get people to think. Yeah, it rubs them the wrong way. That's who the fuck I am. That's how it's always been. Okay? You got it easy. You don't live with me. Well, you did, but did you? Maybe in some life or another, but that's an old life. The one that really should be annoyed with me is my wife. Isn't that right, honey? Do you hate me?
No.
You would look in my eyes when you said that. I believe you. Well, you can't. We've been together this long. Anyway, I love all of you. I hope anything I said makes any bit of damn sense, and I hope not to tell you how to live or how to think or anything better than I am of you, because I'm not. I don't believe that way. I don't think that way. Anybody that thinks I think that I'm better than them is fucking insecure and afraid of what I say. So, I love all of you. Let's all get along. This world is here for us to party. It's for fun. This isn't here for slavery. That's hell. Love you. Bye.